Okay, as I said, I'm back because I have two boxes that came in today. Excuse me. One thing that I did not mention and would like to mention, because I normally do, this shirt right here. You may remember it from a couple pro wrestling crates ago. My He-Man style Cody Rhodes shirt. Or well, just Cody, on account of some licensing and trademark issues. He can't be called Cody Rhodes, which is extremely unfortunate in my opinion, but it's a small price to pay for the fame and the renownment that he has received since moving on from the world of wrestling entertainment. Anyways, I'm not going to dwell too much on that. Believe me, I'll be talking about plenty of wrestling related things in the future because it's what I do. Another box. So this one, as you see, came straight from Nike. None of that ordering through some, not recent, what do you call it? Just some overseas shipping site. This was something I bought because, well, you'll understand when you see it. And I was able to get like a slight discount, which kind of helped me make the purchase. Because, you know, sometimes you're on the fence. But it just takes the price being right to really put you over the edge. You know, like, all right, you know what? If it's only going to be this much, well, let's do it. Why not? And here we have it. This, as you see here, Air 720 on the side because it is an Air Max 720 box. So, as you see, just a little bit different from the other one. Again, minus the dents, but that's what this one looked like. This, again, that was the first one ever. This is not. This is the second release. I'm very sure it's the second release. So the box is a little more plain, but still kind of nice. It reminds me in a way of, I want to say maybe the KD boxes. I don't have any of my KDs here, but I think the KD8s had a similar style box. It almost looks like it would feel like a little rough, like the actual 720, like that's across here, but it's not. It's just the way it looks. It's playing tricks on you, on your mind. You know, it's like Chris Angel. Remember when Chris Angel had that mind freak shit? This, okay, another 720, obviously. This, I don't even remember what this colorway was called, honestly. Man, like, I don't know if I ever knew, but I'm gonna have to throw that up over here or something, because on the side it just says Total Orange / Black, but I feel like it may have actually had a name. But anyways, just looking at this, it looks just a little different than it did on screen and everything, because it looked a little closer to like the Sunset style. Do I have any here? No, the Sunset Vapor Maxes or the Team Orange Air Max Pluses. But this, like, the only difference is that the colors overall just aren't as bright. Even in the camera though, it's looking like a little brighter on there than it is on here. But on those, this was closer to, I don't know, just a little more vibrant, and this was a little more like an orange red. Like I guess it's just popped a little more. Not that that's a problem, because believe me, like I'm kind of glad it's a little different, honestly, because having multiple things in the same color is, I mean, it's fine. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you just want like maybe to have the same color but not wear the same shoe all the time. But you do like to have some variety, or at least I do. Maybe you do too. More than likely, if you're watching this video, unless you're Derek Armstrong, you do want a bit of variety in there. So, looking at this here, all around, one thing right off the top, this is a different material than the previous one. You can tell it doesn't have these like this mesh style going on. It's more of like the feel that you would see on certain Air Max Pluses or the Vapor Max Pluses. Definitely isn't there a pair of those out? Yeah. So it feels more like what you would see on the Vapor Max Plus, that feel. So I'm wondering if that's going to affect the fit or the comfort in any way at all. But what is this? Oh, okay. So, you know, when you buy a pair of shoes and you spend 180 minus 10, like 161. When you spend enough money on a pair of shoes, you look at them and you're like, when you see like anything that's out of that's not quite right, you think, what's going on there? But these are good. Oh shoot, I was supposed to put something in the refrigerator. Did I do it? I did not. Yeah, it'll be fine. Okay, so just looking at these though, I definitely like that aspect of it. And I like how the color is a little different than I expected, just because it leads to it itself looking not so similar to two other pairs of shoes I already have. Potentially soon to be 3 if I get the third installment of that OG pack. But we'll see how that plays out, even though we already know how it will. So this, another little difference. Up here on the tongue, it says air. Wait, no, that's the same. I don't know what I was thinking. Yes, this is actually the exact same as on here. It's just it's not as well detailed. That's the only thing. This one has the glossy sort of almost iridescent look. This is just like your flat black. Nothing wrong with it. And then on the side here, another difference being this is filled in with the fabric across here. So I don't know if it will function the same. That is something that I'll have to do just a comparison on. But now that I have these open, I'll probably slip one pair on of each just to see what these are really like, just to kind of give a quick comparison. Is because I am curious what the fit is going to be all about, given that they are just a little different with the fabric change. And sometimes that's all it takes. I mean, if you compare these to if you look at, say, the Ultra Boosts, the fit can feel a little different just based off of the color of the material. That's the thing people have always said, and it's a thing that I have noticed to be true over my time of wearing many a pair. So I'm gonna slip these on again real quick. Let's put that in there. Wow, that's good. I just noticed something weird about the toe of these. I wish I had that shoehorn around. Okay, so overall, the newer ones that I just picked up. Put these up here so I can pick up the second one too. Oh, okay. Nice little surprise. These also come with a second pair of laces. Those did not, so that's a plus. So I didn't expect that. I don't know that I'll change them because I like how the black kind of contrasts with it, but we'll look into it. I say we, I mean I, because you guys aren't gonna help me relace these. So I'm gonna look into it. I also see there's a little bit of a lacing, or not a lacing problem, but a frayed edge here. So it's not a big enough deal to worry about, but on the very bottom there, you can kind of see it from the right angle that there's just a little piece of the knitting that's just out of place. Anyways, as far as comparing this shoe to this shoe, this one seems to fit, I'm not going to say looser, but it feels like you have more room to move around, as in it's not as restrictive. You feel the fabric in the same place. It's just like, imagine something that's been broken in just a little bit compared to something that's not. So like, because it's basically comes down to the whole thing of like, mesh versus some kind of cotton sort of thing. One just feels a little different. So I'm not going to complain about either one, but I do prefer this feeling just because it's just a little nicer. Now, as I walk around in these later, then we'll get down to how I really feel about them, and that'll be a separate thing in a separate video. But as it stands right now, we're just talking about this. So across the bottom of the sole here, it does fade from the kind of like it does up here with the sort of a gradient sort of thing with like a yellowish color into some sort of I don't know what you call that, like a very light pinkish orange kind of thing. So that's going on, which should avoid any yellowing. You got the black all across the bottom there for the bottom of the sole, or the bottom of the bubble anyway, with mostly black in the little orange part there. One thing that is a little weird when you look at this from the top down, like bird's eye view sort of thing, this part, just the way it sticks out right there, it does kind of throw me off at first, but it's not that serious. It's just a little weird, but it could be like that on more pairs. No, it's not. Those are pluses. Those are all flat. But it's not going to take away from the shoe, not in any way, shape, or form. But yeah, so, and then, like I said, the upper, it's that more cloth style feel all around. So it just gives it a better feel to me, like to the touch and on your foot. So take that for what it's worth when you're thinking about different pairs. I'm not sure what the other releases have been, because I haven't really looked at them very closely, because the longer you look at something, sometimes the better it looks, and then the more you want it. So the trick is to just kind of close those windows. Anyways, moving on though. I'm liking this pair too. I'm not sure which one I'd give the nod to overall, because the color on these is the color on these guys is really good. The material on this is kind of preferred. They also come with like the second laces, but I don't know. It's a toss up. It really is. Because if I had to choose one, I don't know which one I would choose, but I didn't have to choose. So here we are, right? Though I probably should have chosen. I mean, I don't really need as many pairs of shoes as I have, but who does? Alright, so that's it for me. Again, I know this video kind of went on a little long, but sometimes you got kind of wrapped up in talking about things when you know, it's a thing that happens. You get a little excited when something new pops up and you like it. So it's also been a little while since I did a new review, I think, of like something that I've never had before. I think the last thing may have been those Air Max 2 Lights, and before that, the Safaris. Anyways, that's it for me. Let me know what you guys think of these. I mean, do you even care to get these? Like, does this mean anything? Because some people, they saw the 270s, they see the 720s, like, it's a gimmick, you know? It's just like something they're doing just to kind of get some people's attention again. But, I don't know, those 270s, a lot of people said that, but they did end up being fairly popular. Not Presto or Huarache popular, I don't think, personally. But they did pretty well, it seems. Anyways, again, that's it for me. Let me know what you guys think. These, again, true to size, nice feel all around, good price if you wait. Wait, don't buy them right now. Do not buy them right now. There's going to be too many colors and you're going to regret it more than likely. So just wait. Be patient. It'll pay off. Alright, you guys have a good night. I will see you guys around in the next video, whenever that should be. I don't think it'll be until next week, late next week, if I remember right, based off of the last order I remember making. Every so often I forget when I made an order though, and then I get a nice surprise. That's it for me. Goodbye from me. Goodbye from Mr. Cody Rhodes, or Mr. Cody here. I'll see you in the next one.